I have a dream. I was asked by one of the Chicken Soup for the Soul authors, Barry Spilchuk, almost 20 years ago to write a piece on Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream. At the time he asked, I'd no idea what I'd write, and that it would re-emerge years later, beckoning me to post it on social media. After hearing author Jeff Brown on Facebook post a piece this past April that he'd narrated almost 10 years earlier, and just now reading a piece on Facebook by author and biologist Bruce Lipton, I felt the time was right for me to do the same. Now, to be honest, this piece was my second time that what I'd written was channeled through me, and it felt profound and an enlightening experience at the time. I look back and what I'd written now is being accepted today and is slowly being introduced to mainstream living. What I wrote about was how humanity had to evolve in the 21st century. I have a dream, and it began during my introduction to insightfulness through my 13th year. It said that I had an important mission in my life, one in which I had to endure certain hardships, setbacks, and enlightenment before I could begin to open the door for what I'd been put here to do. This was no dress rehearsal. So my journey began, and my mission dream through the years continued to blossom and be a part of my evening's restfulness, and through the passage of time had become more in focus, sharper in view, expanded through experience, and is only now just beginning to show the eclipse of what I'm meant to do. The readiness to do is now almost upon us. Our worldwide tutors and messengers sent to guide us have taught us well. For those who've tended to their listening skills, questioned why they are here, and tuned into their inner frequencies for understanding, knowingness, appreciation, and guidance in what is needed to be done. I have a dream that no one is chosen, but one has to choose oneself, that within all there is limitlessness of everything. There are no barriers, only unknowns. There are no fears, anxieties, or guilts. These are what we learn here to have more of an appreciation of their opposite, deepening our understanding of what brings us abundance of joy, happiness, and enlightenment, that one day all could achieve soulful understanding in a peace, tranquility, balance, and harmony that would spread to their neighbor and their neighbors, that one day a heaven on earth would be reached, that only then will the doors be open to see a glimpse of our heaven on earth potential, that newer inner frequencies will be provided for our new mode of operating, that we'll know who we're supposed to be, pure energy, which is all loving. I have a dream that through this process of understanding, all can be reached. There need be no wars between couples, families, friends, races, communities, cities, provinces, states, and countries. No greed or famine, no destruction or unnecessary sickness or poverty. But I also had a dream that we each have to go through our personal pathway, that experiencing the ugliness of the world deepens our desire for its opposite, that all that is bad in the world has its place in our evolution, that the ugliness we're experiencing is growing, and the time is almost upon us for our next stage of growth and evolutionary change that is so desperate to penetrate our world, and which has now become an immediate requirement. I have a dream that change starts with the self, and it's now upon us to begin this next stage of Earth's evolutionary tuning inward, developing the inner tools necessary to help us on our next soulful, evolving self's life journey. I have a dream that I see the world as it can be, not as it is.